hour has passed. All of you are laying on the floor. The remains of the defeated ochre jellies have already begun to decompose. The once fluid forms are drying out, becoming large patches of crusty yellow on the dusty stone floor.
I'll be reclining on Stephen's horse half, snoring loudly.
Ugh, someone turned Stephen on his side. He sounds like a rusty chainsaw.
Hey, little guy, rise and shine.
Sorry for the snoring, fellas. It's my deviated septum. It's quite common among gnomes.
Bill and Stephen, as both of you rise from your short rest, you see nothing but total darkness.
Oh, shit. My melted face has made me blind.
Fear not, the torch went out. I take the burnout torch from earlier and cover the end with phosphorescent moss. I shout out the verbal component of the spell, sparking, and cast the light cantrip on the torch.
The end of the torch shines a bright white light out to 20 feet. The temple area that you are currently in is now fully illuminated.
Yeah, I'm fine. I totally wasn't my pants.
I get to my hooves, stand up, and take a big stretch. We have this magical light for the next hour. And what's our next move, fellas?
Jerry, can I take a sample of the crusty ochre jelly remains?
Yes, you can.
Wonderful. I'll scrape off some golden brittle chunks and stick them into my component pouch.
Gross. What could you possibly do with that?
I don't know yet. Magic stuff.
Well, if I find any dried out mineral deposits in my nose, I'll be sure to save you a sample.
Really? Thanks. I appreciate it.
Stephen, as you crouch down to obtain your sample, your eyes catch a glimpse of the stone column next to you. Due to the thunder wave spell you cast during the fight, this pillar now bears numerous large cracks. Within those cracks, you notice something metallic reflecting off of Stephen's light source.
Hey guys, I think there is something in this pillar here. I point at whatever the metal thing is.
You said that this pillar is cracked. Are there any sections that I can remove to get at this thing?
Everyone make an investigation intelligence check, please.
10.
11.
11?
All of you gather around the column, drawn by curiosity. With Stephen's radiant light illuminating the area, both he and Stephen spot the subtle outline of a hatch embedded into the pillar.
I'll wedge my dagger into the edge of this hatch and try to work it free.
It takes a few attempts, but you manage to loosen it enough to remove it with your hands.
I'll remove the hatch then.
Maybe we should check for traps first.
Stephen, you yank the piece of stone free and immediately half a dozen skulls spill out of the column.
I jump back and scream and whinny like a horse. Ah, more ochre jellies!
Relax, it's just a bunch of dusty old skulls.
Ah, dusty old skulls!
I'll clear the skulls away and reach into the pillar to feel around for the metal item.
Stephen, you easily find the source of the reflection. Within the hidden cavity inside the column, you pull out a polished metal coffer. There is a symbol of a jeweled dagger etched on the lid.
Well, what's in it?
I open the coffer.
You open the container and inside are 15 gemstones. Each one is worth 10 gold pieces.
Nice.
We're rich. I start jumping up and down.
Jerry, I speak Dwarven. This symbol on the lid, do I recognize it at all?
Make a religion intelligence check, please. The DC is 12.
11. Again. Jeez Louise.
I'll say that the symbol does look familiar. You know that it is Dwarven. However, because of what you rolled, you don't know exactly what it represents.
Okay, we found some treasure. It looks like the jellies in this area are dead. What's our next move?
I walk to the northern wall and shine my light source around it. During the fight, one of the jellies seeped out of this section of the wall.
Check it out. Maybe there's a secret door or something. I'll give you a hand so you can roll with advantage.
Thanks. Sweet, I got a 19.
Stephen and Bill, you both stand before the stone wall, puzzling over how the creature could have emerged from this seemingly impenetrable surface. As Stephen carefully wipes away layers of dust and dirt, the outline of a hidden door gradually becomes visible.
Neato! I will push on that section of the wall.
You place your hand on the wall and heave your mighty centaur strength forward. The rough sound of stone grinding against stone can be heard as the section of the wall slides open to reveal a short hallway beyond.
I think we can all agree that I can take credit for this one.
I cautiously move forward, my magic torch held high.
I follow right behind the centaur.
Don't everyone thank me all at once?
As Stephen takes the lead, he gazes through the wisps of dust. revealing that the hallway stretches north for about 15 feet before coming to a T intersection. To the west, the passage is entirely blocked by massive stones and debris. On the eastern side, the corridor extends for 20 feet, terminating at a sealed stone door.
I'll cautiously walk up to the door and then slowly push it open.
The door yields without resistance, swinging open to reveal the chamber beyond. The warm torchlight spills into a medium-sized room, casting its glow over 3 sturdy stone bed frames lining the eastern wall. On the southern side, a jagged crack extends from the ceiling to the floor, marring the otherwise unremarkable surroundings.
I'll head inside.
I continue to follow Stephen. Once I am in the room with him, do I notice anything else of interest?
You do not.
This is the most boring bedroom ever.
I'll go inspect the crack on the southern wall.
Be careful, Stephen. That's a prime horror movie moment for a monster to jump out and rip your face off.
Hey, yeah, great point. You go check it out.
Jesus Christ, I keep my shield raised and spear pointed forward as I look through the crack.
Bill, with your face nearly pressed against the stone wall, you peer through the gap and can just barely see that there is another room on the opposite side of this wall.
Guys, there's another room on the other side of this wall.
Because you helped Stephen find the secret door from earlier, you quickly determine that there is a broken secret door in front of you.
Man, I am killing it with finding these doors. Am I right?
Just open the door, Sherlock.
I mutter under my breath as I push on the wall. This is nothing but f***ing bullshit.
Pieces of broken stone harmlessly fall to the floor as once again the wall slides out of your way.
I clop up behind the fighter and shine my torch forward. Now, what do you see, Bill?
Passing through the doorway, you enter a smaller chamber, roughly half the size of your current location. Dominating the southwestern wall is an empty stone font, while along the eastern wall, a series of metal hooks support the remnants of red leather robes. In the southern wall, another stone door awaits your exploration.
I slowly walk into the room. It looks like a changing room, I think.
Stephen, and at this point, I will allow you to make another religion intelligence check if you like.
Yes, I would like that. 16.
That works. Stephen, you look at the robes, which must have been hanging here for some time as they are ruined and worthless. But you do recognize that they are vestments worn by priests of Abathor.
Actually, Bill, this is technically a vestry. It's a church room where people can change into vestments.
Yuck, I ain't touching nothing in here.
These vestments appear to be those worn by worshippers of Abathor, the evil dwarven god of greed.
Greed, huh? Maybe this dude's followers left some gold behind as like an offering or some right?
Gold? Hey, I like gold.
Yeah, me too. I'll go open the door to the south.
You pull the door open. More dust wafts into the vestry as you see another hallway beyond.
I'll move into the hallway. My shield is still raised in front of me.
I move right behind Bill. I try to wave the dust away as I begin to sneeze and cough. Oof, all of this dust is murder on my allergies.
All of you enter the hallway. Directly across from the vestry entrance is another closed stone door. To the west, the hallway ends abruptly after 10 feet. To the east, the familiar sight of a collapsed tunnel lays before you.
I haven't opened a door yet, so I'll take this one. I will open the door on the southern wall.
It requires some effort, given your shorter stature, but you eventually succeed in opening it. The other side reveals a smaller room, although half of it has succumbed to complete collapse. Stone, dirt, and debris occupy a significant portion of this space. Amidst the rubble, you promptly notice the skeletal remains of a dwarf, partially buried beneath the debris.
Oh! Skeleton! Kill it!
The skeleton does not appear to be moving.
Relax, Stephen. It's dead.
Woo, that was close. I immediately lean against the nearest stone wall.
I'll head into the room with my arms raised, ready to cast firebolt if anything moves.
As you enter the room, you notice the dwarf skeleton clad in the same style of robes that were suspended in the vestry. Around its neck, a metallic object catches the light from Stephen's torch, reflecting it brightly.
I'll remove it from the skeleton.
It is a necklace with a small medallion attached to it. The medallion bears the same symbol of a jeweled dagger from the metal coffer you found earlier. On the opposite side is an inscription written in dwarven runes.
I can totally read that. What does it say?
It says, "Greed is good."
That skeleton must have been one of Gordon Gekko's dickhead friends.
Dwarf skeletons, collapsed hallways, and killer jellies. Guys, I don't know about you, but I am ready to get the heck out of this place.
Sounds good to me.
Fine, let's move.
Bill, as Stephen and Stephen leave the hallway, the torchlight fades. Because you are the last one leaving, you spot a faint green glow coming from the eastern hallway.
I thought you said that part was caved in.
It is indeed caved in, yet a conspicuous source of light pierces through the rubble's apex. A narrow gap, roughly half a foot wide, allows the light to radiate most intensely.
Hey, fellas, hold up. I think I found something. Can I climb to the top of the rubble and see what's on the other side?
Yes, you can. Cautiously, you climb the pile of stone and debris, your movements causing bits of rock and stone to tumble to the floor below. As you reach the summit, you spot another room on the opposite end. The source of the light lies to the north, but the mound of rubble obstructs your clear view of it.
How long would it take to remove all of this stuff and get past it?
I'll say that if you all work together to make an opening large enough for the fighter, it will take at least several hours.
I turn back to the others and say, what do you guys think? Could be more treasure on the other side?
What's the worst that could happen? Yeah, let's do it.
Treasure always cures me of my heebie-jeebies.
Let me see. How about this? Everyone make an athletic strength roll, please.
Hells yeah, 21.
10.
15.
Even though the wizard struggles to help remove the debris, you all work together to create a large enough gap in just under 3 hours.
Sorry, guys. All of my strength is in my brain.
Okay, who's going through?
Well, I'm too big, obviously.
And I'm too small, obviously.
Fine, I'll start crawling through the gap.
Good luck, Billy boy. I slap him on the buttocks like a football coach and give him a bardic inspiration.
Thanks. I imagine that I commando crawl forward to the other side.
It does take a few minutes to traverse the difficult terrain, but you successfully make it through.
Once I pull myself out of the gap and get to my feet, what do I see?
In this spacious hexagonal chamber, you notice 2 alcoves, one along the north wall and another along the south. The southern alcove is dominated by a substantial mound of rubble. In the northern alcove, a statue of a dwarf, adorned with horns, gazes intently at the origin of the enigmatic illumination. It holds a large, radiant green gem in its hands, greedily coveting its brilliance.
I shout back to the others. There is a big green gem that's giving off the light. It's being held by a statue of a horny dwarf.
Did he say horny?
Check for any traps.
Okay, I'll make a perception wisdom check. Lame. I rolled a 5.
As far as you can tell, there are no traps.
Yeah, right. A creepy-looking statue holding a big-ass gem. That's not sussy at all. Before I do anything I might regret, I'll quickly investigate the rubble in the southern alcove.
You approach the pile. Because of the large chunks of stone among the debris, you can clearly tell that this used to be a statue.
Interesting. Guys, I want to avoid touching that gem. Suggestions?
I wish I selected Mage Hand as one of my cantrips.
Slide out of the saddle, partner. I have Mage Hand. I have my spectral hand appear next to Bill.
Given the circumstances, here is how I'm going to rule this. Stephen, because you are in another area and do not have direct sight on what your target is, you'll need to make a sleight of hand check with disadvantage.
What if I verbally help guide his mage hand?
Then I will say it will be a normal roll. Bill, I will also let you know that, because you can see the gem, you believe that if it is dropped, it is likely to shatter.
You're the one standing in front of this thing, Bill. I feel like this is your call.
I can get behind that.
I look into the eyes of the greedy statue and say, screw this. No horny dwarf is going to push me around. I walk up to the statue. I hold my shield up in front of me. I take a quick breath in, and I grab the gemstone. Hey, before you go, hit like and subscribe. For real, it takes 2 seconds. Do it, or I'll assume you hate fun. And who hates fun? Nobody. Hey, quoi? So hit it!